This activity, you will be choosing between two doors for each trait. Once you choose your door, click on that door, then click here where it says the slide number, and then it'll take you to a slide that looks like this. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to write the mutated DNA sequence here based on what it says the mutation is. So in this case, it says the mutation is the insertion of a T after the underline A. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at this DNA sequence, and then after this underline A right here, you're going to insert a T. So in this space, I still have TAC, and I still have TGA, but now I have to insert a T. So there's my inserted T. Going to copy the rest of the DNA sequence exactly as I see it. So it's still TC here, but notice that the G has shifted. So it's still AC, but this C has shifted. And it's still CC, but this C right here is now shifted, and it's still AT. And now this A is shifted here, it's still AT. And now still G, but this G is here. And it's still AA. It's still A, but now the A is over here. And it's still AT. And then I have this extra C, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So here's my mutated DNA. Now I'm going to use my scroll bar, scroll over here to the right, and look at my DNA to RNA table. Using this table, I'm going to write out my RNA sequence based on the mutated DNA. So the RNA based on this DNA sequence now. After that, I'm going to scroll over here and use my codon wheel to find the amino acids, the new amino acids based on the RNA sequence that I transcribed from my DNA sequence that has been mutated. And the last thing you're going to do on this slide is you're going to use these red ovals. You're going to drag it to whether or not there was a no protein change or if there was a protein change. And you're going to know if there was a protein change if this amino acid sequence and this amino acid sequence here are different. So if this down here is different from what it says up here, then you're going to drag this over to yes, there was a protein change. If this if this amino acid sequence is the same, exactly the same as this amino acid sequence up here, then no, there was no change. Okay, and then select here if you think that the mutation was harmful, beneficial, or neutral. And once you're done making your selections, click here to assemble your Wazowski. You're going to do that by using the scroll bar again, scrolling to the left this time, and you have all of these Wazowski pieces here. If there was no change in the protein, that means your Wazowski is green. Okay, if yes, there was a change in the protein, that means your Wazowski is red. So pick whatever pieces matches what happened with your mutation. Once you're done with that, click here to go to this slide where you will have to do the same thing I did, but for these different traits. So you have number of eyes, number of tails, number of arms, and each trait has two doors to choose from. Choose whatever door you want to, click on the slide number, and complete the slide. Okay, do this until you have assembled your Wazowski. And then once your Wazowski has been assembled, answer these two questions.